What's going on, everybody? We're back. The Taser Civilian Certification Training Program. My name is Andrew. I'm the Chief Instructor with Shots Fired Training, a firearms training company located in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Alright guys, so like I said in the intro, this particular box that we're going to be opening today, this video is going to be multifaceted. Not only am I a chief instructor for a firearms training company, but I also serve as a trainer for Counterforce Solutions, a security company. And this is going to be a multifaceted video that's going on multiple platforms, so I'm condensing it into one and saying, hey, let's go for it, let's get at it. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and open her up here. Alright, so I spun her around because it says Taser, so let me go ahead and flip it around. So, what are we talking about in today's video here? This particular, recently I renewed my certification as a Taser Civilian Instructor. I do not want to rest that against my monitor, but maybe if I do it very gently, like, not that heavy. So I renewed my certification as a Taser Civilian Instructor. Look at me, I can't talk at the moment. So what I did was I selected a professional package as opposed to the basic. This doesn't have to do with that particularly, but Taser offers instructor certification for civilians, whether you want to teach the Taser instruction course, whether you are a trainer with a security company, or whether you just want to have the certification to be able to help people defend themselves and give them a certification for the use of a Taser or electronic controlled weapon, ECW. You can contact Taser directly. Disclaimer, I am not affiliated with Taser. Taser is not paying me any money for this video, nothing of that sort. The certification to which I have obtained through Taser as a civilian Taser instructor is specifically for me as a firearms instructor and self-defense trainer, as well as a trainer for a private security company, as our security officers with the company that I work for are going to be carrying one or more of these Tasers or electronic controlled weapons. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and dive right into here real quick. And what we have, start from the top to the bottom, whatever. So if you enroll in the Taser Civilian Instructor Certification Program, you are enrolling to become certified as a Taser instructor for the civilian model. They do have a instructor level course for law enforcement, to be able to teach law enforcement. However, that's a completely separate category we're not really going to be discussing here. The purpose of presenting what I have stated is to show that there are two types of certifications, one for civilians and two for law enforcement. Obviously a civilian, that applies to the majority. If you're in law enforcement, hey, contact Taser, ask them, inquire about those points. So when I attended my certification many years ago, at least 4 or 5, it was a little bit different then than it is now. But I had to renew so I could provide certification to both civilians through as a self-defense trainer, but also to security officers and employees that are in the employ of our security company. So what I have here in front of me is most commonly known as the Taser Pulse Plus. When I received my former certification, the only thing that was out at the time I think was a Taser Pulse. The Plus was brand new. I'll cover the differences in just a moment here, but this is the predominant Taser or electronic ECW that Tasers come out with for civilians. I'll cover the differences. This, what I'm holding, is a Taser Pulse Plus. The Taser Pulse, to my knowledge, is discontinued. They still service those if they have them, if they're still in circulation, if still available. You can buy the Taser Pulse. Again, I'll cover the differences amongst those momentarily, but we'll be moving right along and getting the differences identified here shortly. So let me go ahead and set that off to the side. That is the Taser Pulse Plus that I just sent down. This that I've picked up, just to make sure that she's safe, no cartridge in there, is the Taser Bolt 2. I am not familiar with this Taser device by any means, so this will be something new that we go through with us. Here's our safety cap there. And now we have, as of January of 2022, according to the instructors that I received my training through, this is called the X1. It is almost an identical model to the X26, X26P, nothing like the X2, nothing like their newer models, but they have finally come out with a professional model for civilians, for predominantly security companies, security officers, and things of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and discuss that as well. So if you enroll in their Taser instructor certification course, you will be mailed this box, everything that comes in it. I am going through this, as well as we'll be discharging several cartridges. So this box came in the mail, as well as a package that I'll make sure there's nothing on it that shows my address, because y'all a bunch of creepers. So I have a package here that is full of cartridges. Okay, so I got 6 different cartridges that apply to all these different ECWs. So let me get that screen, this lid off of my screen, so I can feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy. While I'm talking, I'm going to step over here for just a moment and unlock the vault, which I am horrible with, having a bad habit of unlocking in the past. Looking for, amongst my junk, another Taser that I had, but nope, looks like I don't have it. So back onto it, not a problem. I was gonna see if I can give you a compare and contrast, but not a problem. So what I have in front of me, first and foremost, is a Taser Pulse. The way that this weapon, this electronic control weapon operates or works, you have the device is consisted of, you got your frame, or you have your frame, you have your safety trigger, battery housing, and then you have your cartridge placement holder where your cartridge goes. So in order to insert the battery or whatnot, I have 3 batteries here, and through process of elimination, I can see, that looks like it might fit, because I don't think that's going to fit in there. Not a problem. So I'm going to take my doohickey here, see if I can safely get that inserted. It is finicky. In my experience, they've been somewhat a pain in the butt. So the Taser Pulse is an electronic controlled Taser device that gives out an electrical charge for approximately 30 seconds. So why is that significant? Why is that worth mentioning? Why should I discuss that? Well, the predominant reason for discussing that would be where they previously, this is being somewhat of a pain in the butt. So previously, the Taser Pulse not only still went for 30 seconds, as does the Taser Pulse Plus. However, one of the most significant differences between the two is one has a Bluetooth capability with something that's what's called noon light, compared to another device that the Taser Pulse did not have a Bluetooth for noon light. The Taser Pulse Plus does have the capability for what's an application called noon light. If you sync your Taser device to noon light, you will then be gaining the ability to, if your Taser is discharged, it will notify law enforcement. As well as if you arm the device, you can press and hold a button on your phone that gives you the ability that says hold until you're safe. So it records your location, things of that nature and whatnot. I'm having nothing but a hard time getting this battery in, so it looks like this may be a video that I'm going to need to edit as I play with this left and right and try and get her to fit in. Look at that. Don't need to edit after all. I love first take videos. Gets rid of the BS, the nonsense. I need to get into the editing down the line. But anyway, I've inserted my battery. Gonna make sure my hand stays away from the front for the most part. That'll be the last time I do that, just for safety purposes. Gonna turn on the Taser, boom. I automatically have a light and I have a red laser, okay, as we can see there. The back, green. Green means go. Yellow, you need to think about changing the batteries. Red, you need to change the batteries. It's not a discussion. So green, go. Yellow, mellow, you need to say, hey, I need a new battery, boss, or you might want to order it and get that available for you, right? So the first thing that Taser instructs and says to do is to do what's called a function test, also known as a spark test, from what they taught. So I'm going to activate my Taser here, make sure I'm pointing in a safe direction. I do not have a cartridge inserted. Have any other miscellaneous things out of the way. It's always recommended, depending on the training that you're doing, especially for security, do not have any firearms or any other weapons in the area, as well as people, dogs, animals, whatever it is. So I'm going to go get him and get a spark test. It works. I don't need to run that for 30 seconds. Now, One of the things I do feel that is worth mentioning specifically regarding the Taser Pulse Plus in comparison to the X1 is a demonstration of the sparking duration and what occurs during that process. This particular device will go for 30 seconds. This device will also go for 30 seconds, whereas a big comparison as in the X1 goes for 5 seconds. Unequivocally, that's it. So 30, 30, and 5. What's the difference? The instructions, if you want to call it, are pertain to the word alert, right? I can't remember the acronym. Bad on me. I'll leave it in the link down below what alert means. So when I activate this, if I were to discharge this and tase another person that's attacking me, that's stalking me, that's assaulting me, whatever it is that I'm doing that causes me to activate my taser and use it, okay? Arm, okay, is the first word in alert, okay? Once I use the taser, I want to lay it down on the ground and escape. Okay, so I think it's arm, lay on the ground, escape, and then there's other words which I'll cover in the description below. Bad on me, poor instructor, right? So once this is activated and discharged, you're meant to lay this down on the ground and let it keep going. 30 seconds is a long ride. So what occurs, what's the difference between the ride that someone's gonna ride with the X1 and the Taser Pulse Plus specifically is the duration of the spark that's going to occur. Again, 5 seconds, 30 seconds. However, the 30 seconds that is going to be discharged from this device is not a constant arcing at a super high speed. At one juncture or another, it's going to slow down and then speed back up. So one of the best ways to demonstrate that is to just show you guys point blank what the differences is. Now, I've got my X1 in my hand. I'm going to go ahead and take my handy dandy battery. I'm going to insert my battery. Nope, had it the right way the first time around. Once that's inserted, this mechanism right here will pop out. That's giving me the indication that it is seated correctly. That is a big deal. If you're in security, if you're a civilian, make sure your batteries are seated correctly. Make sure that you activate it, that you arm it, etc. So here's an example. No cartridge. The safety is on. One of the most common differences between the X1 and the X26 and or X26P is that this device does not have a light. Taser deliberately did that to make it more cost effective and affordable for security companies, civilians, as opposed to a full-blown law enforcement model. Additionally, in comparison to law enforcement models such as the X26, X26C, or X26P, that may be another model, I could be misspoken there, but regardless, is law enforcement versions will record NMI data. What does that stand for? Nancy, Mary, India, neuromuscular incapacitation data. This X1 does not record that data. So if you know, you know. But if you want more information, attend a class. My class, someone else's class, find a Taser instructor in your area, attend a class, you can learn all about that. But anyway, so for example, I'm going to do a spark test. 5 seconds, it's done. It's over. I'm now going to demonstrate. It's going to be a long 30 seconds so you guys can see the difference. And at one point when I pop my thumb up, that's when it slowed down. That's a long 30 seconds. So I hope you guys, I'm more than confident, given the angle, you were clearly able to see when the Taser first started, it started with a certain speed. Then it slowed down, there was a pause, and then it jumped right back up and then kept going. What's the bottom line? This is a self-defense weapon that is designed for you to defend yourself from an attacker and get the hell out of there. Not do anything else other than tase them and get the hell out. If you're doing anything other than tasing the person, if you want to be John Wick and Rambo and all that other nonsense, be my guest, do you boo-boo. But understand that there are legal ramifications, and if you use this device and do not follow the instructions that Taser has systematically laid out, not only are you stepping outside of the training that you should have obtained or have been provided from a Taser trainer, because we all went to a class and got Taser trained, right? We did. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Go look in the mirror, schmuck. Sorry, I get a little excited there. If you don't know what you're doing, take a class. The last thing you want to just be before a judge with the frickin' barb gone into somebody's frickin' eyeball. They ask you, well, don't you have a permit? Don't you know what you're doing? No. Okay, you don't want to be in that position. Attend a class. It's a 4-hour class. It's not the end of the world. They're very, very, very simple devices. They were created for civilians. So attend the training, get trained, stay safe, carry safe, and let's keep it pushing. So we've covered the Taser Pulse Plus. We'll go ahead and set that down. I've discussed the X1 a little bit. There's a laser there. I've done a functions test already. The indicator battery light is right there. It's really small. It's just got what appears to be maybe 3 or 4 bars in there. I can't see it exactly, but as it goes down, then I'll know, hey, I need to start, considering or thinking about changing the battery. Now I take my Taser bolt. This will be my first time inserting these batteries as well. So I'm looking at what looks like I should have a direction. So if I look inside there, okay, I'll make sure I get the right angle. Slow panning. Okay, you got those 2 little metal prongs down there. Common sense says looks like it wouldn't go that way. Let's match them together. So dropped it in there. Whoa, I've already got a light going on. Okay, so let's make sure that she's off. Okay, naughty instructor, right? So throw this cap back on, press that down, get her nice and tight. Let's see if I can get her in there. Okay, so she's in there. It appears as though that this cap is going to be holding the battery in place once it is correctly installed. Yes, that cap is very firmly holding that battery in place. All right, so now I'm going to turn it on. It is now activated. Green means go. You're good to go. You got your little lightning bolt there. How cute of Taser to let us know. Okay. So you got your little lightning bolt there. There is also a light. There is also a laser. Okay, it's that simple. So I've got my battery. Let me go ahead and close it. This is your safety cap, if you want to call it that. I hook it at the bottom, press it at the top. Now I'm armed, I'm good to go. Once I arm the device, to arm the device, I have a switch on top of the firing mechanism. This button here is what we're going to press to fire the device. So I hold it in my hand. It's got a cool little lanyard, make sure you don't get it snatched out of your hand. As to arm the device, I just press up. This is automatically going to go flying dos Vidania. I will then press this button and she fires away. Don't need to go for a 30-second ride on that. This operates identically to the Taser Pulse Plus. So as a demonstration real quick, you can skip ahead if you want to, but here is the operating for a full 30 seconds to show you that speed. When my thumb pops up, you're gonna see that it's slowed down to a different speed. Perfect, long 30-second ride. So as you can see, this particular Taser device or ECW operates exactly the same way. I'll go ahead and set that down. So I'll bust out my cartridges here. I'm gonna go ahead and lay them out. I will be uploading a demonstration video in conjunction with this device here shortly. And we'll upload that video as well. Hopefully, actually, I might even combine it with this one. We'll see how good my editing skills can get. So, what do we have here? We got our cartridges. They're in a protective housing. What do you notice? You're right, 100%. You got it. High five pounded. If you know, you know. What you did was you noticed that these cartridges are different than these cartridges. The cartridges that we have on our right-hand side are applicable and apply to the Taser Pulse Plus, and they also apply to the Taser bolt. Now, being a 2, that to my knowledge is a 1 as well as a 2. Didn't really research that or anything. So I have my X1 and I've got these cartridges with yellow doors. I am aware that these cartridges are available in different feet, such as the 2 prongs that will be discharged from the cartridge are available in, to my knowledge, 21 feet as well as up to 25 feet. I've seen gray color doors, I've seen green color doors, indicating a different distance that the prongs are capable of reaching from wherever they are discharged from or wherever the individual whom so happens to be using the device. If you're within a certain range or a distance, different doors represent different distances, right? 7 to 10 feet, remember that. It might help you out in class, 7 to 10 feet. Okay, so 7 to 10 feet is going to be the predominant distance, is the most appropriate distance that you would like to use this device. Can you use it closer? Yes. I'm not going to discuss all the little secrets regarding a full-blown Taser class. Come to a class, find a Taser trainer in your area, contact Taser, ask them, hey, I want to get certified. They will help you find an instructor within your area. All right, so without further ado, I'll pop these cartridges out real quick momentarily here. So now I have a live cartridge. This is inserted into both the Taser Pulse Plus as well as the Taser Bolt. So for the sake of this video as well as the demonstration, in order to insert this, once she's in, I've taken the habit of not putting my hand in front of the blast door, trying to press it in or things of that nature. I will either on the side bring my finger in, or I'll use something firm. She's in there, she's not going anywhere, okay? Now, can I remove this? The answer is yes. I can pinch the sides, okay? Slowly, 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 wiggle, 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 and she's not wanting to budge, so I'm not gonna force her to budge. In my experience, I've never had a Taser cartridge malfunction on me. Oh, there we go, check that out. Had to put some effort into it, okay? So in my experience, I have never had a Taser cartridge malfunction, but there's always what? There's always one, and I don't want to be the one. So I've inserted my Taser cartridge. I'm going to make sure she's nice and firmly inserted. I'm good to go at this juncture, right? I'm going to take my safety cap here, make sure she's pointing in the right direction, throw my cap on there. This is now live, it is armed, it is batteried, it is ready, it's good to go. No harm, no foul. I'm going to take my second cartridge here that I've got for the Taser Pulse Plus. Swap that around, make it nice and pretty, right? Forgive my organization, a little bit of OCD. So, same thing with this. I personally don't want to put my hand in front of it just based on videos. Have I seen barbs in people's hands? Sure, mistakes happen. I don't want to be that guy who makes that mistake. So, I'll just hold my finger there, place it on the table. Boom, nice little connect. Voila, there you go. Options for carry. You've got holsters, which I'll find when I do a demonstration for a holster as well as a sticky holster and things like that. You got holsters that can go in your purse, in your pocket. You got tactical holsters that can go in a molly vest, things of that nature. So now she's armed, she's live. If I went and depressed the trigger, those barbs would come flying out, which I'll demonstrate here shortly. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and come on over to the X1. The professional model that is still available for civilians to carry. Okay, that's off she went. I'll find her in a minute. So I do my best I can to keep my fingers away from the area. Now, much bigger device. They also sell a spare battery cartridge where it's a battery and you can insert a secondary cartridge in here. Does make it kind of a big, bulky device. But again, application, application, application. Please understand, this X1, it was designed by Taser and provided as a professional model for those that needed something different than the Taser Pulse Plus or from the Taser Bolt. So again, they ask and ye shall receive. Okay, we shall receive. So we've received exactly what we needed from Taser. Thank you, Taser. Pound it. If you know, you know. You guys are awesome. And thank you for removing the portion of instruction where you had to read the entire safety manual, for the love of God. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you for changing things. Okay, bring these down here. Again, forgive my OCD. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Taser X1, civilian eligible. We've got the Taser Pulse Plus, application noon light available if you're a female. If you have a daughter and you want them to feel a little bit extra safe, they can carry this in the purse. I always recommend, if you're going to carry any type of concealed weapon, whether it be a firearm, knife, taser, it doesn't matter what it is, blackjack, slapjack, brass nut, whatever it is that you're going to carry it on your person. The first and foremost things, if you're going to be attacked, you're going to be robbed, you're going to be mugged, what are they going for? Watch, phone, keys, wallet. How did I come up with that so quick? It's happened, been there, done that. Give them what they want. Let them get out of there as quickly as possible. Nothing that we have in our possession is worth our life. Or worth getting hurt over. Even using these devices, don't let them give you a false sense of security. Your number one goal in any life, the number one objective in any life-threatening situation is first and foremost to stay calm. You stay calm so you can think. When you can think, you can act, and you act appropriately and professionally. If you're in the security civilian world, if you're in the civilian world, you act appropriately. What's acting appropriately? Get the hell out of there. Leave, get the hell out of Dodge. So, Taser X1 for the professional models, Taser Pulse Plus with the Noon Light application, where you can have an app on your phone that notifies law enforcement when when the device is discharged. You got the Taser Bolt, does not have the Noon Light option, to my knowledge. If I am wrong, I will let you know. If you know that I'm wrong, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, let me know in the comments. I love being told that I'm wrong, so then I can break down videos later on and be like, yo, thanks to this guy, he schooled me, the Google attorney doesn't get to strike again. Stop listening today, read your damn instruction manuals, whether it's a firearm, taser weapon, doesn't matter what it is, do you boo-boo. But get trained, carry safe, and stay safe. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This is another episode from Shots Fired Training. This video will also be utilized for Counterforce Solutions Security Service Division for officers that are going to be certified and or required to carry tasers or electronic control weapons. If you guys could do me the biggest favor in the world, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. You want to know where you can order these or buy these. If I have a link, or when I have a link, even if I don't, I'll find another instructor and I'll post his link down below regardless. Been a busy bee, so sometimes don't have the opportunity to do what I should or would like to do, but hey, keep on it. All right, guys, without further ado, stay safe, carry safe. You got any questions on any of these models, let me know. If I come up with any accessories, you know what, I'll just tell you what, I guarantee I'll do a post video kicking off of this one, posting it here at some point down the line. And we'll go ahead and give you guys an update to the holsters and potential carry positions. The video that should be added right onto the back of this, or dock to this. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and then here I am doing the demonstrations. All right, guys, let's go ahead and shoot these at some freaking targets and go woo, wah, 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 and watch targets spark and do all that stuff. Are you guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bang. Here we go. I should be shooting taser shit by now.